Hi everyone, it is 4 o'clock in the morning here in New Zealand, my usual work time. And so today I would like to post a response to a video that I posted. And don't have any other way than disclosing personal information. It's so embarrassing, but I'm going to go through that embarrassment because I think it helps you, and also when I talk about it, it makes me feel more confident about what I'm doing. So here we go. I posted a video on dating, and it was a very short video in several platforms, and people replied to me, a number of people who have known me, and also particularly a number of people who belonged to a group on sex education that I had, and I had to give it up because I was too busy. But these people know me personally and know what my posts were, what I think about everything, and my morals and all that. And besides that, there were some other people who had diverging or views on the same topic, so they took the opportunity to slash it against me. I don't care. I'm not too worried. I believe that we all have the right to have different opinions about something. I do have some knowledge that I would like to share, but that knowledge can be refuted as well. It's whatever it is that suits you best is what you are going to do. So, sex on the first date, it's my personal opinion that it is not a good thing for a woman. And not only because, your level of confidence, your levels of safety, but also because men do enjoy a good chase. Now, if you take away the opportunity to chase, you become nothing but a boring person. So that's my view. You don't have to take it, but that's how I think. Now, I'm not a hypocrite. I'm a mature person, so you can tell that I have had quite a few dates, and never ever I would go for sex on the first date. But this is a personal thing. You don't have to be like me. And now the last story, I'm just make sure that I get it right. Yeah. So I need to tell you a number of things, and I got a list here so that I don't miss out on anything. So my last experience, and I had a loving boyfriend. It was really like a fairy tale, really, a story. And I loved it right from day one. And unfortunately, he died of cancer. And he died about 3.5 years ago. So what happened was we were on a dating club. And this dating club suggested a dinner in a pizza place. So we flocked in there, and we ate our food and took off. We didn't stay for any longer because it was quite noisy, and we had to shout to listen to each other. So he invited me for a coffee, and we went around the coffee places, and they were all closing. And so we decided to go to Mecca's, which was around the corner. It was these are lovely memories, so this is why I'm laughing. So we went to Mac Cafe, and we sat there and talked and talked and talked and talked for 6 hours, nonstop. And during that time, he proposed, and I just felt completely out of place. I was shocked. No one has ever done that to me at love at first sight. And I really didn't know what to do. So I excused myself, ran to the bathroom, and it was late in the night, so I couldn't talk to anybody, couldn't ring, I couldn't ask for advice. So I took my time, took a few deep breaths, and I came back. And I said, yes, I accept that proposal with a caveat. I need time. And the reason I did that is because I was scared, really. My friends would put me under the Mental Health Act, because who in the world would meet a complete stranger, spend 6 hours with him, and decided to marry him? It was insane, absolutely insane. So time went by, and I asked him to keep it quiet, not to say anything. I was just scared. I really was. My friend, I didn't want my friends to worry about me, to think that I was emotionally unstable. From that time on, that chap started coming to my place. So we went home. It was really late at night, like nearly 2 o'clock in the morning. And we suffered from anxiety, separation anxiety. That was even more weird, because how can you feel separation anxiety from a complete stranger? That was really, really weird. But anyway, we did feel it, and we did share it, and did acknowledge it. Well, we went to sleep. The next day, really early in the morning, there was a text. How are you? How are you feeling? Did you sleep well? What are you doing today? And I responded in kind, I'm feeling great. I'm still over the moon for having met you. I'm going to do this, this, and this. And he said, can I come around? I can help you, because I was bringing up 2 children on my own. And he did come around, and he did meet my children. And obviously, because he was a complete stranger, I took a number of safety measures so that my children would be safe. So I didn't let him interact with my children unless I was present. And I quite enjoyed the way he treated them. And they loved him as well, loved him to bits. And then he was there for all the time that I was home, and then he went back to his house. And the next day it was the same thing, and without noticing, I was seeing this guy morning, afternoon, and evening. And when I went to work, he would come around and bring me lunch or dinner. And so he was in my life like someone that I had never met before, but it was at the same time someone that I should have never been separated from, because he was so familiar. So everything was so familiar. And that went on and on and on. And I absolutely loved it. There was nothing, I was just walking on the clouds for that time. So a whole week had passed, and the weekend came, and he asked to come around, and I said, I'm really, really, really tired, and I've been on this high for having met you, so I'm feeling more exhausted than usual, so I really need some sleep. I really love your company, but I need time to sleep. So he was quite nice and respectful, and he said, it's fine, I'll be thinking of you, and off he went. And then another week had gone by, and I just was feeling the same way he was feeling. I wanted to be with him. And then it was like 2 weeks, and we just decided to get really close, and I loved that. And the more I got to know him, the more I loved him. It was something really insane. And I'm looking forward to repeating this, because I've been on my own for a while. I haven't met anybody really. That story about kissing frogs or something. You kiss someone and they turn into princes. Well, I kiss a lot of princes, and I don't kiss actually. I go for a coffee with princes or potential princes, and they all turn into frogs. And I don't care. I get to know people, and they end up being my friends. So, going back to this story. It was like, 14 days, and that's it. The chase for him stopped, and we carried on learning heaps about each other. It was really, 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 really rewarding. And then family problems came, and we had to travel, and he had to travel, and we ended up meeting in the weekends only, and that was even better, because we didn't have time for bickering, bitching, annoying each other. Every time we met, it was just for good things, for good reasons, to reward each other and all that. And unfortunately, illness separated us. Illness and death separated us. It probably was meant to be. Anyway, I have no regrets. It was the best ever relationship I ever had. And my last relationships are always the best relationships, and this is why I keep getting nice relationships, because I believe that the next one is going to be even better. And so this is it. There is no, I'm not a hypocrite. This is what I believe in. No, you got to give men time to chase you. And you need also to make sure that you are safe. And if you feel that you are safe, just go for it. Now, I don't deny that women have sexual needs. If you are in and you want to find a man just to bonk with, well, go to a pub, pick someone, make sure you are safe and you don't catch any STD. Go for it. We are as free as men to do what we like. But if you are aiming at a relationship with someone, with a man, don't go having sex on the first date, because you are going to stuff it up for yourself and for him. That is the biggest possibility, and you don't need to take this as as truth. But that's my truth, and that's my belief. Now, other things that I need to talk to you about, I have shared already what I have to share, is that I have been, guys, working with you in trauma. And since I moved on from assistance for sexual issues early in February, I have been working with you guys who have a history of trauma. It has been really rewarding for me. I really like it. But there are two problems there that are leading me to moving on, and I feel like I'm going to move on now to an area where I'm going to stay for the rest of my life, because I really, really like it. But one issue about moving on is that I have a history of trauma, right? I was brought up as an orphan. I lost both my parents, so that's inevitable that trauma would have been part of my life, and I believe I am a survivor. I'm strong on that, and I like to share this strength, because I like to bring people along and show them that it doesn't matter how nasty your life has been, you can turn it around and you can make the best of all the sour stuff that happened to you. So one reason I want to move away from trauma is that you guys always bring relationship issues. I'm sharing and giving away all this about me. It's not nice, I'll tell you. I'm smiling away because I'm feeling uncomfortable, but the story is told. End of the story. So relationships, I believe, it's my personal belief that relationships are predetermined. I don't know on which level they are predetermined. Are they determined before we are born? Are they determined because of the the level of vibration in ourselves? Are they determined by our upbringing, by our personal experiences? I don't know. All that I know from what I have seen is that it feels like it has to be. When you meet somebody, someone comes into your life in the most unusual and unexpected ways, and if you decide not to have a relationship with you, it doesn't feel right, doesn't feel good, and so you end up having a relationship with this person. And obviously, what you take from it, good or bad, is up to you. And this is why there are so many coaches out there. But it's not something that I like to do, because if there is already something predetermined there, my sphere of action, my power to influence people is much more limited. And this is why this is mainly why I'm going to move out of trauma, because there's too much of relationship issues, and these relationship issues are very difficult to measure scientifically. It's very hard for me to publish a paper and prove that this client has been to see me, and this client had a relationship issue, and now here are the markers that I influenced that client to improve their relationship. It's very difficult to prove. So I'm going into clinical hypnosis, and clinical hypnosis involve things like weight loss, sleep issues, sexual dysfunctions, so this kind of thing, anesthesia, analgesia. So that's where I'm going to go, because it is easy to demonstrate that one thing changed the other, rather than working with relationships in trauma. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm still going to be here for you. I love you all to bits. And I have no fear of talking about the horrible things that have been done to me, especially the ones that I have records of, because, you can't rely on memory. And I encourage everyone not to feel ashamed of nasty things that have been done to you. Speak up. Speak up, because we need to stop. We need to stop sexual abuse. We need to stop abuse. We need to educate parents to show them what are the best ways to bring up a child, and let that child be developing the full potential that that child has. So this is it. Feel free to criticize. I don't mind. I have nothing to lose for speaking up like I am, and you have nothing to lose for expressing your views, whether you agree with me or not. But this is where I'm at. So I'm hoping by the end of November, I'll be moving completely into the field of clinical hypnosis, but I'm here for you if you need me. So big hug, lots of kisses, and bye for now.